Coming at you full-fledged, it's your boy Regg, man, Regg, with another video for y'all, man. Welcome, YouTube. The NBA playoffs have now concluded, and now, for the 5th straight year, we have a new NBA champion, the Western Conference's Denver Nuggets. The competitive 5-game series ended with a 94-89 score as the Nuggets overcame a bad shooting night. 5 for 28 from three-point range, and a crazy run from Miami Heat bubble superstar Jimmy Butler. And I gotta say this, I believe this final game summarizes the entire series perfectly. Despite stellar play from more so Bam Adebayo and a valiant effort from Butler, the supplementary pieces that the Nuggets had was the advantage, and their newly crowned superstar came in to close out the series, specifically scoring 10 of his 28 points in the fourth quarter. For the ones who missed out on the game, here's a review of some of the players' performances. Kevin Love and Gabe Vincent, they didn't have a good night offensively. They shot a combined 6 for 16 from the field. Max Strus, who wasn't having a good series from the arc at all. Again, he had another poor performance from 3, shooting 1 for 6, having a total of 12 points. The Heat's bench, they fell short this night. Duncan Robinson, he scored only 5 points. And Kyle Lowry, NBA champion, who is probably paying out his final NBA contract, shot 4 for 13 with 12 points. Caleb Martin, though, he did try to salvage the loss with his 10-point contribution, but of course, it wasn't enough. For the Nuggets, Aaron Gordon, who was the star of Game 4. If y'all remember, Aaron Gordon was snapping. I think he had like 26, 7 and 6 or something like that. He only scored 4 points in 29 minutes. Bruce Brown, who had a couple of standout games in this playoff run. You can go back to some against the Lakers and the Suns. He shot 4 for 14 from the field, and he went scoreless in his 5 attempts from the arc. So he was a big contributor to that 5 for 28 from the 3 as a team. After 16 years in the league, veteran Jeff Green, who got drafted in the same class as Phoenix Sun Kevin Durant, they actually got drafted to the same team, Seattle Supersonics. He played on the winning side of a title series for 5 minutes in this 5th game. Rookie Christian Brown, who really been a standout. Again, outside of the playoffs, I really don't watch the Nuggets that much, but with the spotlight on him, I've been noticing he's a standout. Is he a rookie? I don't know if he's a rookie, but I don't know. G League, I don't know. I don't really know his history like that. But he has 7 points, and he has some timely defensive stops with some great offensive boards. I remember he had an offensive. When you get an offensive point like that, that is debilitating. Like that is treacherous for the morale of your team, because that's like, okay, they missed the shot, but they got the ball back and they scored. He got that offensive board off Jimmy Butler with that putback, man. Stuff like that can win a game. Like that, when I saw that replay, you can see plays that shift the momentum. And that shifted the momentum. I saw how Miami was playing in this game. They was playing hard, but I always was in the back of my head like, damn, can they sustain it? What they gotta do some shit that can really that can really throw the Nuggets off, and they weren't thrown off. They was focused, even if they was missing the shots. They was like, we gonna make it happen, and they did. For the rest of the starters, this was where the game was won. Now, two-time NBA champion Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who had some great defensive moments in the series as a whole and mainly timely threes. In this game, he had 11 points. He blocked 3 shots, snatched 2 steals, and forced some timely turnovers on Jimmy Butler. Point guard Jamal Murray nearly put up a series-closing triple-double with 14 points, 8 dimes, and 8 boards. Mizzou, University of Missouri, Columbia alum Michael Porter Jr. he was the player of the game for the first 3 quarters. He put up, it could have been Joker because, he had 18. Yeah, so it was debatable who was the player of the game in the first 3 quarters. I'll put it that way. Porter Jr., MPJ, he put up 16 points, 13 rebounds, and dished out 3 assists. Finally, Joker, superstar center, had 28 points, 16 rebounds, with 4 assists. It was named the Bill Russell Finals MVP. And man, I gotta say this, looking at the ceremony, I'm gonna digress real quick. Looking at that ceremony, man, it's sad, bro. Not seeing Bill Russell there, man. I posted probably a couple of days ago, maybe a week now. I posted a short rather on my YouTube about the 2019 Finals MVP ceremony and how that was Bill Russell's last appearance in person because, in 2020, of course, you had the outbreak. Then in 2021, he wasn't there in 2021. And then in 2022, he did it over via message, Instagram message or whatever. And it's crazy. I mean, I guess in a way, unfortunately, he asked to the lure of the award because he's no longer there. But it was something to see the ultimate champion hand off his award, the Finals MVP. 11 finals, like clutch moment after clutch moment. 10-0 in game 7s. Like that type of player handing the Finals MVP award to the rightful winner of it. So, but I digress. While I didn't see it at the time, many claimed that this title was long overdue. Dating all the way back to the NBA bubble tournament. The Nuggets were considered real contenders, making it to the Western Conference Finals in 2020 against the champs, the Los Angeles Lakers. However, with me paying attention to results, I love history. I gotta adhere to historical precedent because really everything else is just subjective. I didn't believe it. Since then, they were eliminated a round early. In 2021, they were swept by the Phoenix Suns, who repped the West in the finals. And in 2022, they were beat by the eventual champs, the Golden State Warriors, in a gentleman's sweep. Of course, that's not the whole story. Denver was missing Murray and Porter Jr., some of their franchise cornerstones. And in the words of Murray, after celebrating, I knew once we were healthy, we could do it. This is the franchise. This is the franchise's first ever championship since the ABA-NBA merger back in 1976. Again, this is the 4th and final ABA team to reach an NBA Finals. And with the win, they became just the 2nd ABA franchise to win an NBA title alongside the 5-time NBA champion San Antonio Spurs. similar to the 1979 Seattle Supersonics and the 1977 Portland Trailblazers, the Nuggets are now one of the few Western Conference teams to win an NBA championship outside the states of California and Texas. I said it before and I'll say it again. The 2020s will be the most competitive decade of NBA basketball since the 1970s, when 6 different organizations won a title and only 2 teams won twice. The New York Knicks in 70 and 73 and the Boston Celtics in 74 and 76. So my question to y'all is, will the duo of Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic become one of the all-time greats? Because if you just want to go off raw stats, which don't tell the whole story, but I'm just saying, if you want to go off raw stats, they just had a Kobe, Shaq-esque type of series, you know what I'm saying? And again, Jamal Murray said, I knew when we were healthy we could do it. They made the conference finals in 2020. They lost in 6, I think. 6 or 5. They finally get healthy, they win. Will we see a team in this decade repeat as champions? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Because we haven't seen it yet. Since 2019, no team has repeated. We've seen the Raptors in 2019, the Lakers in the bubble, the Bucks in 2021, Warriors last year, Nuggets this year. Will it be Denver? Do you think Denver can repeat? I don't know, man. This is crazy. Ultimately, in my opinion, I believe the Joker has finally cracked the top 10 in all-time great centers. I have to take out Artis Gilmore solely off the fact of Nikola Jokic's accomplishments in the NBA. I know that Artis Gilmore was one of the greatest centers of all time. He's still top 15 ABA champion. Only 3 players to win the Rookie of the Year and League MVP the same season in the ABA and in the NBA. Wilt Chamberlain and Wes Unseld. All-time great defender, one of the all-time leaders in field goal percentage, and for the amount of points he was averaging, for the points he was averaging, he is the most efficient player of all time for the points he was averaging. Because at the top, you got like a DeAndre Jordan who averaged like 4 points his whole career or something. So you got that. But in the NBA, he wasn't a bust or nothing in the NBA, but he was on the other side. Being on the other side, he made like 4, 5, 6 All-Star games and made like 5 all-defensive teams. So he had a solid career in the NBA, but solely off of Joker's NBA career, I have to take him out. Now, my top 10 centers is Nikola Jokic at 10. Who's my number 9? Willis Reed at 9. Yeah, Nikola Jokic at 10. Willis Reed at 9. George Mikan at 8. David Robinson at 7. Moses Malone at 6. Hakeem Olajuwon at 5. Shaquille O'Neal at 4. And the top 3 are interchangeable. 3 Wilt Chamberlain, 2 Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and 1 Bill Russell. So, if you had to ask me where I think Jokic could end when it's all said and done his career, honestly, might be 9. I think he can max out at 9 because anything, if anything, I would have to switch David Robinson. I would have to bump up if anything, I would have to bump up George Mikan. I think Jokic can make it probably to like 6. Well, I think Jokic could probably make it to like 7 or 6 because it's a lot of great centers in the league. Remember, it wasn't until like Michael Jordan won his first NBA championship that he showed that you could win a championship without having a dominant center. This was a big man's game, so there's been a lot of great centers. And for that very reason, I think he gonna end up in the low 10s. Like for Nikola Jokic to pass David Robinson, he would have to get a scoring title, or he would have to either get a scoring title, shoot 50, 40, 90 for a season, average a triple-double, which he's been close to doing. And I said it before, I'll say it again. I said it in several videos, I think he's going to be the first player to average a triple-double for a season while shooting 50, 40, 90 for a season. I think he's going to be the first person to do that. He would have to either lead the league in scoring, shoot 50, 40, 90 for the season, average a triple-double, or be defensive player of the year. He would have to do one of those 4 or have a crazy scoring night like David Robinson did, scoring 70. Because it's certain things he has not done yet. David Robinson won a scoring title and a defensive player of the year. That's hella rare. David Robinson has scored 70 points as a center before. David Robinson has recorded a quadruple-double. That means on both ends with blocks. So he was hooping on both ends. We got to look at things in the totality. There's been great centers. Jokic had a dominant series. I'm not taking away from what he did at all. But before people get caught in the moment with recency bias, being a prisoner of the moment, let's look at who he beat. Round 1, Minnesota Timberwolves. Easy. Round 2, a Phoenix Suns team who just traded for Kevin Durant in the middle of the season. Had no bench. Chemistry issues, not an excuse. I'm just saying the reality here. Injured Chris Paul. Western Conference Finals. An inferior, I don't care what nobody say, I don't care how deep they got. An inferior 7th seeded Los Angeles Lakers, who they swept, might I add, even further making my point. They didn't win a game. And Jokic averaged a triple-double against them in the series. And an 8th seeded, really 10th seeded, play-in Miami Heat team. We got to keep it a buck. But at the same time, for y'all detractors, I got y'all a point. At the same time, David Robinson won his first championship in 1999. The 50-game season-shortened lockout season. Very true. Very true. Against the 8th seeded New York Knicks. Good point. But again, David Robinson also beat a very good, for their era, a very good New Jersey Nets team. They weren't going to beat the Spurs, but I would say that New Jersey Nets team of 2003 was better than this Miami Heat team for sure. Richard Jefferson and Kenyon Martin, I played that on 2K. I'm blowing that Heat team out. I'm just going to be dunking and just playing crazy defense. I'm playing up and down the whole game. So, we just got to look at things in the totality. But I don't want to... This is a congratulatory video. I'm not going to make it too long. Congratulations to the Denver Nuggets. Congratulations to Mike Malone. He's been in the NBA a long time. Head coach, first NBA championship. You can say he's a championship level coach. There have been a lot of coaches in the NBA. There's not been a lot of coaches that win championships. And he's one of them now. Congratulations to DeAndre Jordan. veteran and won the championship finally in his eyes. Congratulations to the Denver fan base, who I really don't know. Me personally, I know one. I forgot his name. Be on the lives with All Ball in them. He's a Denver Nugget fan. He live in Denver, so I don't really know too many Denver Nugget fans. But shouts out to them. Shouts out to George Karl. Shouts out to the NBA. This was a solid season. Solid season. And be looking out for more videos, y'all. I want to thank y'all for, just tuning in this long, Over 100,000 views so far, man. I'm not done. I'm just grateful for that. Just want to thank y'all for that. The NBA season is over, man. We coming with more content. Let's get to it, man. Hit that like button, man. Comment at the beginning, middle, and end of the video. Share for others to see. Subscribe if you're new. Of course, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I drop. And if there's a particular topic you want me to speak on, hit that link in the pinned comment section below and donate to the Rage. Man.